Hello and welcome to Wonder Girl Tarot. This is a general reading for the week of April 13th through the 19th, 2020. Welcome to the channel if this is your first time, and welcome back if you are already a subscriber or a returning viewer. I want to say thank you this week to Oak Tree Tarot for the kind shout out that she gave me, and welcome you if you are one of her subscribers. But if you don't know her channel and you like tarot pick-a-cards, I highly recommend you check her out. So I've shuffled the cards and drawn 3 of them. The first is going to represent Monday and Tuesday, the second Wednesday and Thursday, and the third Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And this is a general reading, like I said, so take what resonates and leave the rest for someone else. Last week I read a poem to begin with, and I enjoyed that so much that I'm going to do it again this week before we start the tarot. So today I'm reading from the Essential Rumi by Coleman Barks. This is my well-worn copy, and I'm reading a poem that I love and that I often return to in the springtime. Happy Easter, by the way, if you celebrate. And this is a poem I think is in keeping with the day and the time of year. It's called Flutes for Dancing. It's lucky to hear the flutes for dancing coming down the road. The ground is glowing, the table set in the yard. We will drink all this wine tonight because it's spring. It is. It's a growing sea. We're clouds over the sea, or flecks of matter in the ocean when the ocean seems lit from within. I know I'm drunk when I start this ocean talk. Would you like to see the moon split in half with one throw? So there's one for you if you also are feeling a bit of this giddy springtime energy, which can be hard to feel if you're stuck inside or you just don't have a lot to do. But poetry always helps. So without further ado, I'll turn over the cards and we'll see what we've got. So for Monday and Tuesday, oh, look at that, the 3 of Cups. Definitely a celebration of some sort. For Wednesday, Thursday, the Chariot. And for Friday, Saturday, Sunday, the 10 of Swords. And then the underlying energy on the bottom of the deck, we have the Knight of Pentacles. And behind him, the Lovers. Okay. I'll turn it back over. So, like I said, the 3 of Cups is some sort of celebration. This is spending time with friends, enjoying yourself. You could literally be drinking like these people have cups, having some sort of party, and or just feeling that sense of celebration and wanting to be with other people. Even if you're by yourself, you may be, this could be like dancing around your kitchen or whatever, or spending time outside, getting some fresh air and sunshine if you're able to. And it can also be connecting with other people, because this is really a card that's about friendship and the people that you feel that you belong with. So maybe you're going to reconnect with some friends, even like online, phone conversations or texting, something like that. But I think it's more likely that this has to do with people in your actual environment. So some sort of party celebration, maybe it's a birthday, or it could be an Easter celebration for people who are celebrating. These energies, I asked the cards to represent Monday and Tuesday, but these can be things that come and go throughout the week. This is what I usually say, and it's not restricted to that specific day necessarily. So it seems like you could be feeling very joyful, lighthearted, and spending time with people that you enjoy. In the middle of the week, we have the Chariot. So the Chariot has to do, it's a Cancer card. It has to do with forward movement, some kind of victory, succeeding or winning at something. It also has to do with reconciling two different things. So you can see there's the light and the dark sphinx that this chariot driver is marshalling in order to move forward. And this can represent different aspects of your own nature. So you have a part of you that is light and loving and sort of like quote unquote good, and a part of you that's maybe darker and more wild and more, it can just go off to left field and be really difficult to govern. Sorry if my hand is like right in your face. But anyways, these sphinxes, the dark and the light, they can represent the parts of your character that are often divergent and make it very difficult to move forward because, it can be the part of you that wants to be really rebellious and wild, and the part of you that wants to be very disciplined and virtuous or something like that. And that can lead to a stalemate because you can't take actions because one part of you is always wanting to go in a totally different direction. Anyways, the Chariot has to do with gaining control over those divergent aspects in order that you can actually move forward and meet with success. So I think the middle of the week is going to see some sort of victory for you, and in terms of your own character and possibly in your external environment as well. And the Chariot is a major arcana card, so I'm thinking that this is something that's going to be quite important for you and possibly even life-changing, something that is going to stick. So maybe you've been struggling with something for a very long time and you're going to be gaining mastery over it this week. And I mean, this is one of the advantages of the current world situation, is that so many of us are being thrown back on ourselves and being given the opportunity, however uncomfortable it may be, to look at some of the things that haven't been working and to try and gain mastery over them. So I just watched an astrology video for the week by Nadia Shah, who I really enjoy, and she was talking about just this, the opportunity for self-examination. And this is in keeping with the card we have for the end of the week, the Ten of Swords. Looks kind of dramatic and a bit frightening. This guy's like, it's like overkill, right? He's got not one sword in his back, but 10 of them. But tarot readers often talk about how there's dawn breaking over the horizon in the background. So the tens in tarot represent the top of the suit. So it's like the highest you can go with the suit of swords. And so this talks about all of those things that have happened in your life that have wounded you. Every time you felt stabbed in the back, every time somebody said something that hurt your feelings, every time you tried for something and it didn't work out, or somebody disappointed you, or life disappointed you, and you were kind of temporarily felled by it, and then maybe you got back up and you kept going, but it's like you still had that sword sticking in you, and then each new disappointment or difficulty added to your woundedness. So this is often a card that represents things that we carry from childhood, also things that we carry from multiple generations. So it can be like, if you come from a family that's always struggled financially, your parents, your grandparents, your great-grandparents, or nobody's ever gone to college, or people are their relationships always fail, or, it can, or maybe you come from a family that has persecuted other people, and you notice that you also don't treat people well, or vice versa, like that has been persecuted. So it's the things that we carry from the past that weigh us down and keep us from fulfilling our own sort of soul's potential, or our own wishes and things that we crave. So the Ten of Swords is actually a great card because it talks about the ending of a cycle that's like of that nature. So, and that makes so much sense with the Chariot. So it seems like because you're able to begin marshalling these darker forces within you, and maybe the lighter forces too, if we can sometimes be like a little bit schizophrenic, sometimes really, really good and sometimes really, really bad. And, but you're beginning to find this middle ground and balance, and that's leading to the end of some kind of painful cycle that you've been going through personally, and possibly that you've been carrying on even from multiple generations, or if you believe in past lives, from multiple lives. And the ability to release that and to sort of turn over a new page. In the Ten of Swords, we've got dawn breaking in over the horizon, the darkness receding, and in the Chariot, it's this yellow background, and being able to move forward with confidence. I mean, I would have thought that it would have been like the Ten of Swords first, and then the Chariot, like you end a difficult cycle, and then you can move forward. But maybe you just begin moving forward. Maybe you have this sense of celebration and lightheartedness, this feeling of spring in the air. You begin taking some steps to move forward. And that's kind of the final pin that you kick out of the way of this ball that can begin rolling, and the final pain is released. It's also possible that one last thing happens one last painful thing happens, and that's kind of the end of this cycle, but not necessarily. The final pain could have been something you already experienced. But I think there is something happening in the astrology, like Pluto square the sun. I'm not an astrologer, so I'm not sure, but I think that's what it is. So it could be something like that, because Pluto is like deep underground old things. The sun is the ego and the self. So maybe there's some kind of moment of challenge and moment of truth that allows you to break free of something painful that's been holding you back. So, and then under the deck we have the Knight of Pentacles, and that's moving forward in a tangible way. Maybe this is like towards something like of something that's going to have legs. So steady progress towards financial goals, towards a comfortable living situation, just being comfortable in your world, having steadiness and faith. The knights take action, and the Knight of Pentacles is the slowest moving knight. That's how he's always described. But it's somebody who has the potential to stick at what they're doing. So it's an energy that is going to last. It's about putting down roots in the world that are, we've got these crops, these tilled fields in the background. So it's about actions that you take that can actually last and bear fruit. You're going to reap the crops of whatever actions you begin to take now. And it may be slow just because of the world situation. Maybe there's not a whole lot you can do yet, even with this newfound confidence and freedom. But it looks like a really great week, very hopeful. I think the poem I chose was in keeping, especially with this feeling of celebration and kind of giddiness. You know, try and enjoy yourself, even if you're going through some feelings of constraint or pain. And I hope it's a great week, and thank you so much for watching the video. I hope to do another pick a card reading soon, and I will of course be back next Sunday with another weekly reading. So until then, take very good care, and much love to all of you. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.